we even have left? Ooh! Fucking bastard. Get the hell out of here! That's interesting. Hi, Sibby. How you doing, Sibby? You have today off, don't you? You must have today off. Oh shit. Sibby! Son of a biscuit eater. Hell no. You're at work right now? Oh, I thought you had today off. You say you gotta sleep and I just assumed that maybe you got work off. Aw, how the animals doing? How are the animals? That dog you posted is so cute. On Instagram. Oh! That one wasn't very hard because I could just stand in that crack. Alright, we're down to 14. 13, my baby. We got 13. What the hell is this? 13. Hi, Kim. The animals are good. You got tomorrow off. Hey. I figured I'd try to play this for like an hour because my friend's coming over. We're gonna play Mario Party. And they don't like to. They don't like to stream. They don't like to stream. Hi Kim, how you doing, Kim? How you doing? Mario Party, baby. I have to like fight the urge to not go to the video game store. I think I have a problem. Bad bitches, that's my effing problem. Bad bitches. You son of a fucking biscuit eater. My bad. Sorry for swearing. Mariah, they're playing games. And I'm not having it. Oh, very silly indeed, are we? Very silly indeed, are we? Yes, yes, no, maybe. Hi, SG! My manager said that the managers are talking about promote. Oh, really? Aw, that's amazing. They better do it ASAP. First he came out in the outway. Do you want to be a manager? Oh, wait, what? First he came out in the outway. It was Sunday. What a black day. Mouth to mouth resist. Oh, you singing Michael Jackson. Hey. Hey. I can see you. You seem very intelligent, Sibby. I can see you as a manager. You seem very well. You seem. When you made me that video, I was like, dang, she's really good at explaining stuff. You don't like you weren't like rushing through it. You were very detailed. You mother. So I went all this way just for that one. I came all the way over here just for that one Metroid. That's kind of crazy to me. There's nothing else over here. What the hell is that? I'm like, you know, I'm happy I found that Metroid, but now I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna be lost again. Singing Smooth Criminal. There will be a lot of response, so I'll have to get used to it, like a big change. A lot of stuff on it. You said what? I had to find money. All this stuff on the sale every year. Yeah, I believe in you, City. I believe in you, City. You're like the adult. I think that would be really cool if you actually, if you could stream like your job, taking care of the animals. That's a stream I would watch, because I really like animals. This way, motherfucker. Is this the way I just came from, or am I tripping? Sometimes I just can't tell. I get so lost in the sauce. Oh, this level doesn't even look familiar to me. Something I don't even know, Kim. I thought this game was going to be nice and quick. The thing that makes this game so slow is that I don't know where I'm at, and there's no map. It's really irritating. I feel like this is a game I should have been able to complete in like 2 days, maybe 3. It's like I find like 2 Metroids per stream every time I play this. I don't know how they were playing this game back in the day with no map. It's crazy to me. I have no comprehension, no critical thinking skills. You said, do I go to GameStop? I was at GameStop yesterday. I usually do not go to GameStop. GameStop usually doesn't have anything that I would buy. I feel like their games are overpriced. And they just have a bunch of junk in there. But I did go there yesterday. I found 2 GameCube games. He asked if I'll sign up for their membership, and I said yes, but give me the Metroid 4 Prime poster, and he said he will, so I signed up. He said once they take down the poster, they're gonna give it to me. They're gonna call me and give it to me, and then I'm just gonna cancel my membership. Do you go to GameStop? This game is like annoying. I'm enjoying this game. It's just I cannot believe. Hey, what's this? How did they do this without a map? Son of a fucking biscuit eater, dude. Hi, Nene. How you doing, Nene? Nene. I'm good, Nene. I figured I'd play a little bit of this. I don't think I'm going to be able to stream tonight because my friend's coming over, and he don't like playing he don't like streaming. He don't want to be on the stream. I don't know. Depending on how long he's over here. Or maybe he'll change his mind and not come. What the fuck? Oh, thank you, Nene. I haven't been to, Thank you, Sibby. Nice! Yeah, he said he'd give me the Metro Prime 4 poster. I haven't been to GameStop since last year. I didn't buy anything. Yeah, feel like they just got a bunch of... I go to a place called Disc Replay. It's a bunch of like old DVDs and VHSs and Blu-rays and video games. They have like thousands of options, thousands of games, old used games. GameStop just has like a very small selection of used games. Oh my goodness. How you doing today, Nene? The manager at that GameStop is really nice though. I like that guy. I don't like when he calls me boss man, but other than that, he's very nice. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit. I don't think this is the way I'm supposed to be going. I was watching a walkthrough of this video game, but I can't remember where the guy went. Yes, baby. You gotta stream again? Did you start streaming? I would be shy on camera, that's why it's taking me so long to start streaming. Aww. Is it because you think people are gonna judge you? I haven't streamed probably 3 or 4 days. Nini, you figured out how to stream? I gotta get a capture card and a new... What do you stream if you don't have a capture card? I can show you mine. My laptop is, I think me and Jay have the same laptop, actually. I saw a picture of his laptop. I think he has the same exact one as I. Oh my goodness. Yeah, boss. I don't like when people call me boss man. I don't know why people like to call me that for some reason. Check out a local game store or a good old eBay. Sometimes I go on eBay, but I like the feeling of going in a game store and finding something. It feels really good. Much about laptops, Nini. I want to stream my Wii, but I don't know how to play MJ. What kind of laptop do you have, Sibby? Both you and Nini, you really don't need much. You just get a capture card and then you got a laptop, right? Download TikTok Studio Live. Oh, I don't know how you do it on your phone. I tried to stream on Twitch from my phone one time. I couldn't figure it out. You gotta tell me how you do that. So when you download TikTok Studio Live on your computer, it should test your computer and it will tell you if it's good for streaming. At least at the time when I downloaded it, it did, but I knew mine was good. I have an actual gaming laptop, but if y'all just actually, if you're only streaming, it should be fine. Oh, you got a gaming laptop? Okay, that's perfect. You could probably even play like different games on your laptop and stream those. Like, you know how, like, you know Outer Space J, he streams the Michael Jackson game from Dolphin, so he's using an emulator, and he has a gaming laptop that can handle doing that, to run the game and to stream it at the same time. So that's like one option you can go. If you can't figure out how to hook up your Wii to the computer, you could try going that way by downloading Dolphin and emulating the Michael Jackson game. And you can actually, if you did it that way, you could just turn on the Wii, and the center bar, just place it in front of the TV or wherever you're gonna I use an HDMI cable from my laptop to my TV so I can look at my TV and play the game when I emulate games, so you could do that. No, I stream from my laptop. I don't know how to put my chat on side screen, nor is my quality really good. It's okay, but it's a MacBook. Oh yeah, I don't know if that probably isn't the best thing to stream from then. Here's dropping them. The controller is the phone until I buy my Wii controller. Interesting. I didn't know you could do that, to be honest. I didn't know Dolphin was on the phone. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to, like, 2 people watch my stream, but that's okay. That's alright. I will watch your stream. Even if nobody watched my stream on this, even if nobody watched me on here playing this game, I'd still play it because I just enjoy playing video games. And then somebody will come along, some older man will come along, he'll be like going through Twitch, some older man will come along and see that I'm playing his childhood game, and he'll think that's cool and he'll start following. You know what I mean? You got 3 people right there. Me, Kim, and Nini. It is like Twitch is like, I feel like Twitch is like more like you guys like really like mess with me. You know what I mean? That's why I like Twitch. On TikTok, it seems like really fickle. Like people just come and go. You got 2 people watching you too. I see people. I say just stream and just play it for the love of the game. You know what I mean? That's why I stream. And it's a bonus. I gotta I've like made friends with you guys. It's really cool. That did sound wrong, didn't it? Some old man will come along. I like Twitch much better too. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Close knit. That's what I was looking for. Close knit. Like, I feel like you guys are, like, the people that come over here are, like, actually my friends. That's what it feels like. On TikTok, it just feels like, it feels very fickle. It don't feel, like, authentic. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think, like, Twitch doesn't, like, push your live out. It's just, you happen to like a video game, so you find somebody. Yeah, just play the games that you like. Like, I don't think y'all like this game, but I like this game. I really want to play it. I say just play the games that you like, and so funny, pretty, because you're right. Hey, back in my day, I used to play this game. Somebody came in here. I was playing Metroid, and some older guy came in here, and he was like, "Oh my god, I used to love this game." And a couple older guys have done that, and I'm like, that I like that. Like when find some people who really liked this game back in the day, and it's like it's a gaggle of uncles. I don't think they push your live out either, but the gamer tags you have. Oh, how you put gamer tags? Well, how you do? I have gamer tags on. How you do that? Is that what this is? Where it says English, PS5 games, Michael Jackson, MJ, The Chainsaw Massacre, Hip Hop, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You know, that's what those tags are. So I should put more tags that say like Metroid Prime. How do you put those on there? I don't remember even putting those on there, but I must have. I gotta change those up and put Metroid 2. I don't know how to do that though. Even if you do it for you, we'll still watch. We like watching. Aww. You have an English PS5. I like it over. I don't really care that you're playing. I'll support. Aw, Ken, thank you. You're so sweet. Yeah, see, I don't even remember, like, that's like, I must have put those on, like, back in the day, like, when I first got in here and I had 0 followers. I sure don't know how to change those up. Actually, let me look at my computer real quick. Maybe it's, like, right there and I just don't notice it. It says tags. I see how to do it. Metroid. Okay, I added Metroid. That's crazy. It's like right there in front of my face. If I stream to add tags on Twitch, navigate it. That's crazy. I see it, SG. Thank you, SG. If I stream Metroid, I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all bully me to play Working Day and Night. Is that your hardest song, Working Day and Night? Same way we're always trying to get Crypto the Sunset Driver. I feel like I would sympathize with these. I feel like I would sympathize with you, Sibby. I'd be like, no, I can't bully her into doing that. Or I should for payback. I I think somebody told me to make a video like how do I set this all up, but I feel like I'm not very good at explaining how to do things. It's so hard. Bro, we gotta get revenge. We gotta get revenge. I say get like a get a camera that you can hook up to your computer as well. So I don't think the built-in camera will be good enough. You could literally go to Best Buy right now and get all the things you need. A camera, a capture card, a microphone. Yo, I've been lost for like 20 minutes. Where the hell am I supposed to go? Jump, motherfucker! My bad. I have a Elgato web camera, and I also use the Elgato capture card. Oh, sweet mother of Josephine. I also have a green screen, but you ain't gotta do all that. I found one new area with one Metroid so far, and how long has it been? It's 5:36. What did I start at, 5 o'clock? I found one Metroid so far. This shit is irritating. Oh my god! Yeah, it's been 35 freaking minutes. It's been like 38 minutes now. I've only found one Metroid. This is irritating. This is the beginning of the level. That's crazy. Alright, I'm not ignoring y'all. Let me watch this walkthrough video. Bro, why don't you get the fuck out my face?
And that freaking gun is a needler, so that shouldn't be too surprising. The needlers cling to the walls, just like many other classic Metroid enemies. If we run through this hallway, we'll reach another vertical shaft, and in this one we could go up or down. If we go down, there's a whole bunch of Metroids for us to fight, so it's better for us to go up first, where we'll be able to get some better equipment. They constantly spawn from those divots are called door rods, and much like similar enemy types in the first game, if you don't collect the items that they drop, they'll stop spawning until that item disappears. They're also pretty good if you need to farm them for health or missiles, but it's usually better to wait for a missile battery or an energy charge if you need to do that. We're not ready to climb up on top yet, so we're going to head into this room where we can save the game. And then here we're going to head downwards and take the path to the left. Over in this room we're going to find some Chozo ruins. I wonder if Samus knew there would be Chozo ruins here, and maybe she had some intel that indicated there would be bombs located on this planet, because they seem very important for our mission. Once you have the bombs, we're going to use them right away, so drop a few bombs right above this flashing missile upgrade. And that is the first missile upgrade in the game. There are 22 of these to find, so there are 4 that we're going to need to locate if we want to get maximum power. Each missile upgrade that we find will add 10 to Samus's maximum capacity, so if we find all 22 upgrades, we'll be able to hold over 250 missiles. If you take out that wallfire enemy, jump on top of it and morph into a ball, we can roll through that wall, and then we'll need to use our bombs to get through, where we'll find the game's first energy tank. The first energy tank that we find doubles Samus's health, so yeah, that's a great upgrade. And once you have it, we want to drop down this shaft, and we're going to take the path on the lower left again. This time we'll be met with another one of those doors that we open up using our missiles. It takes 5 missiles to shoot through the door. And on the other side, we'll find our first weapon upgrade. This is the Ice Beam. There are 4 different beam upgrades that we're going to be able to find in this game, and each time you find one, it will overwrite whatever gun you already have. Although you can go back and find any beam weapon that you already found in its original location. From here, we're going to head over to the right, and in this room, we'll find missile upgrades. So we'll take this opportunity to grab those. This one can be sort of tricky, not the one at the bottom, the one above it. To get it right now, we don't have the spider ball upgrade or the high jump boots. So to get it, the easiest way to do it is to take out that little removable block and keep jumping until it catches Samus and damage boosts her up to where the missile upgrade is. It may take a few tries, but once you have it, we're going to get it back over here to the left. In just this small area, we've doubled our health, many more missiles, and we got the Ice Beam, which can freeze enemies or their projectiles, like the fire that those wallfires spit out. Once we climb to the top, though, we're going to head back outside. Watch out for these shoot leeches, which are much easier to deal with now that we have the Ice Beam. And over here, going to be able to go through this small corridor by using a ball when we're in our morph ball form. Just hold to the right after you plant the bomb, and it will bounce you up. And we'll be able to drop down here, where we'll find another upgrade for our morph ball. This is the spider ball. The spider ball is an essential item that you can engage while in ball form by pressing down, and that will allow Samus to stick to the wall. The controls for this can be a little bit awkward. As long as you don't let go of whichever direction you're holding, you'll just keep moving in that direction. But if you do let go of the direction because you don't want to get hit by an enemy or something, you may need to reassess which direction moves you which way. And sometimes if you're at the intersection of two walls, like in a corner, it's very awkward to move out of there, so I like to try to stop on a flat surface when possible. Using the spider ball, we can climb up here where we'll encounter another Alpha Metroid, so switch on your missiles and shoot one off as you jump towards the enemy. You may be able to get a free hit that way, but the easiest way to fight this guy is to get below it and point upwards as you launch missiles into its soft belly. Once you've defeated the Alpha Metroid, you can use your spider ball to climb up this wall and work your way around. If we're careful, we'll be able to refill our health up here, and even refill our missiles. This first Gulag enemy that you see flying around won't hit you, but there's going to be more up here on the ceiling that can hit Samus, and if you're hit when you're in spider ball form, you'll be knocked off and you'll fall from the ceiling down below. So make your way across. Carefully avoid this Gulag enemy. To avoid these guys, I like to wait back here, and then whenever it's close, that's when I start rolling to the left. So wait down here, and roll now. Carefully make your way past it when you're on top of that little plateau, and we need to pass another one if we want to get to the missile battery, which should be right over here to the left. There it is. Don't mess it up now. If you do mess it up, you can go back to the right and try to climb up. You may not need this missile battery right now, so if you're doing good missiles, don't worry about it too much.
Fucking bitch.
Fall from the roof. Once you do it, though, we want to bomb through this rock and make our way over where we're going to be able to find even more missiles. There are 2 more missile upgrades hidden in this room, and you can see that there's another way to get into this room from the right side. So if you fell off pretty early when you were trying to go across the ceiling, you could enter this room from the right instead of the left. Just keep that in mind, but we do want to exit from the left side, no matter how we got in here. At this point, we've collected all of the important equipment from Phase 2, and now we need to head back towards the beginning, where there's a few Metroids that we need to take with us. It's only a bunch of Alpha Metroids to fight, though, so... not Alpha Metroids. Whatever shall we do? Yeah, I think we're gonna be fine. If you freeze these enemies, they will keep spawning. You head across and make your way to the left. This is the chamber where the path diverged before, so you just want to drop down and take this path at the bottom on the right. We can already see that a Metroid is attached to this area, and if we use our bombs, we'll be able to pass through those rocks. We could head to the right through this room, but because we have the spider ball, we can take advantage of a shortcut and spider ball up this wall, where we'll also find a hidden energy recharge. So just use your spider ball to get onto the bottom of that platform, and when you touch that energy recharge, it will bring you back to full HP, and then you can just roll over here and we'll find some sand to blast through. Phase 2 are congregating in this general area, but the one nice thing about the evolved Metroids in this game is that they will only attack Samus in one-on-one situation and will never, ever get up. Very friendly Metroids. Over here on the right, we're going to find another one of those Alpha Metroids. So jump and try to hit it with a missile as you enter the room, and then just get below it where you'll be able to shoot upwards and finish it off. Once that alpha has been defeated, we're going to head back to the left. We want to head all the way across this chamber with the two features in the area where we saw the hatched Metroid larva. That's where the path split before, and we went to the right. This time we will head to the left, which will take us even deeper into Phase 2. So there's that hatched larva. We're going to head here to the left. Just drop straight down and to the right first. 2 more Alpha Metroids remain in this phase before we'll trigger the next earthquake. And there's one right here. Just like the previous one, you want to get below it and try to shoot up into its soft underbelly. Once he's been defeated, we'll head back over to the left. And the final Alpha Metroid is located over on the right side. Don't drop down below there, you'll take some damage. And just make your way across, trying to stay up on top of these platforms. If you do fall down below, you want to jump out as quickly as possible. Head through into this room, where we'll find the last Alpha Metroid of Phase 2. If we just stay right up here and take a few short hops, it's not too hard to put the 5 missiles that we need into its face. And then we'll just head back to the right, where we'll feel the next earthquake. That earthquake marks the end of Phase 2, so it's time to move on to Phase 3. Before we head over there, though, I want to show you a secret shortcut. This shortcut can be used right now to get you more quickly into Phase 3, but theoretically you could have done this shortcut right after you get the spot. But I don't recommend it if you get stuck. But by doing this shortcut, we're going to be able to get right into Phase 3 without going through the area that we normally would have to cross that has that acid pool. So by using this trick, you definitely could get into the Phase 3 area early and maybe get some of those upgrades before fighting the Metroids here in Phase 2. You will need to fight all of the Metroids in the game, though, to be able to beat it. If you don't kill all the Metroids, at the end there will be a wall that will block you from getting into the final area. Normally we'd go to the left as we climb the shaft, but if you're going for the shortcut, we want to go all the way to the top and cut across this room to the right. So just quickly across here, we want to go all the way to the top of Phase 2. That's when we're going to be able to perform the shortcut. The way that we do shortcuts in this game is by morphing into a ball, and then we're going to be mashing the select button. By doing that, you'll be able to open up these strange holes in the ground, and some of them will lead you to the area. Some of the paths will open up hidden worlds that can only be accessed by taking advantage of this glitch, and others, like this one, will lead to shortcuts. So you want to come all the way up here, which is all the way at the top. So climb all the way up here, and here's where you want to turn into a ball and just keep moving left and right. It actually showed up once already and we missed it. But you're looking for a hole to open up on the right side, so that's what it looks like. And once you get it, you want to drop in, make your way over to the left, and here is the column that you want to be in because you can shoot right through there. And this is phase 3. You'll be able to see when we take the normal path how much time this actually saves you. Over here, we're going to find one of those red missile doors, and when we open it up, we'll find another Chozo statue, and this one contains a strange enemy called an Arachnus, which can only be damaged with your bombs, and once he's destroyed, you'll be able to get another upgrade, the Spring Ball. So by using this shortcut, you can get to the Spring Ball very quickly, and you can even do it out of order. But let's take a look at the normal path. So in this room, we're going to head to the left instead of all the way to the top and going to the right. So make your way across this hallway. We're heading back to a few of the chambers that were between Phase 1 and Phase 2, and before they were filled with that acidic water. But you'll notice right away when we get back down there that the acidic water is gone. So in here, the shoot leeches used to be jumping out of a pool of water, but they're not anymore. As we head back across to the left, we'll notice that a new path is opened up in the next room, and this path continues downward, deeper into the planet. This transitional passage bends to the right and then back to the left. And once you get up to the left, drop down to the bottom, avoiding any low-key enemies that you see patrolling the platforms. Carefully head over to the right and then drop down. This will take us into Phase 3, and Phase 3 has a lot of great equipment for us to find. If you thought that was good stuff, Phase 2, that doesn't mean that it won't be hit with some resistance, though. If you see that etched vegetable armor down below, which signifies that the enemy is nearby. Head up here, and we're going to climb this passage through jumbos. They're pretty easy to avoid or freeze with your own speed as you jump up.
Why won't he just die?
This reminded me a little bit of the tiny chainsaw enemies that I found in the Titan in Mega Man 2. There are some strange platforms in this area. Those things are called septogs, and while they can be used as platforms, you can mostly just avoid them and head into this room, where we'll fight yet another Alpha Metroid. Try to get below it and attack it from underneath. Or if you can't do that, jump up into the air and launch a few missiles into its face. It only takes 5 to kill it. And then we can head over to the left, which will take us to the main area of the phase. We see some new enemies here called Samus, which can be easily taken care of using our ice beam. And if we head over to the right, we'll find a save chamber. So just press the start button to save the game. And then we're going to head back out to the right because we will get up on top of this structure where we're going to find a hidden missile upgrade. So use your spider ball, but you want to take out that Senju enemy first because it might hit you when you're in spider ball form and knock you back down. And if you shoot here, you can just get a reset of freezing. And then we will use our spider ball. So watch out for this Senju. You need to get up into this little tunnel, which leads to that first missile upgrade. There were 6 missile upgrades in Phase 2, and this is the first one that we found here in Phase 3, where there are 8 to locate. 8 is the most missile upgrades of any single phase in the game. So once you get the first one, we're going to head back to that same There were 6 missile upgrades in Phase 2, and this is the first one that we found here in Phase 3, where there are 8 to locate. 8 is the most missile upgrades of any single phase in the game, so once you have the first one, we're going to head back to that same room and make our way across to the left. This water is safe to step into, so don't worry about getting damaged by it. And in this room, there's a safe way, but it can be a dangerous one if you're not careful. This robot is known as an off-track, and it launches lasers at you pretty quickly, so the best bet is to just jump over it and keep making your way to the left. You'll find another save point over here, and once we emerge on the left side, we want to head down to the bottom, where we're going to find a very important armor upgrade. So drop down through the middle. You'll see some water down here. This water is safe to enter. It's not for fun. Take out a few healers and head over to the right. At the very beginning of this watery area, there's another missile upgrade to find. So you can grab it by using your spider ball. And then you just want to drop down to the bottom, where we'll be able to roll through to the right. And head over there, where we're going to find yet another Alpha Metroid. We should be very good at fighting Alpha Metroids this time. And by staying in this narrow corridor, you can jump and shoot whenever your head hits the top of the corridor, which will make it easy to hit the Metroid. After he's defeated, you want to roll through this wall, and come up here where we can fall through a few of these bricks, and find the third missile upgrade in Phase 3.
Hey, finally I found something I never got.
Here. Once you have it, just roll back the same way, and we want to make our way up through this passage above, so the spider ball can climb through this tube and bring us out to the top. So just spider ball off through. When you get to the top, you can turn off the spider ball, which will make you move faster. And we're going to cut across here to the left, where we'll find another one of those red missile doors. And on the other side, there's the power-up at. Well, it's actually hidden down here. You need to walk through the floor. Then we can use the spider ball to go through the wall. And the power-up is actually hidden underneath all of these orbs, which will all be the same color depending on the game. But here on the GameCube, you'll notice that the one we're looking for is red, and you don't want to bomb that one. You want to jump up in the air and shoot down onto it. This is the Varia suit. This is an optional upgrade in this game. It's not like in Super Metroid where you'll eventually get to some very hot areas where you have to have the Varia suit or die. But you definitely want it because the spring ball upgrade yet. Watch out for these senju enemies as you use this spider ball to climb this wall. You may need to pause to avoid them for just a moment, and then get up on top of the platform where you can unmorph from the ball and take them out. Once you're up here, you want to head across to the right, and we want to climb up this wall as well. There's more stuff inside if we bomb that rock, but we want to get this spring ball first. So we're going to come all the way up here, and when we get to the top, this area may look somewhat familiar. This is where we dropped down to when we there's a few and some bomb launcher plants. Here, where we'll make our way to the left, go through one of those missile doors, and then it will be time to fight the Arachnus. Arachnus will bounce around the room in order, and so you also want to use your ball to try to anticipate where Arachnus is going to land and put a bunch of bombs there. So whenever it unmorphs from its ball form, it'll take a bunch of bomb blasts right in the face. Once Arachnus is defeated, you'll be able to grab the spring ball, and now when you're in the form, you can just press the jump button to be able to jump. This is an upgrade I would have loved to have had in the original Metroid. Once you have that spring in your step, we're going to head back to the left to where if you're fighting with the log launchers, the only way to damage them with the ice beam is to jump above them and shoot straight downward at the plant's middle. If you do kill them, though, they often drop items that restore a good bit of health. Down here, we can bomb through that. And in this room, we will encounter yet another Alpha Metroid. For this one, I like to try to launch one right as an emergency. So shoot a missile at it, then drop down to this area where you can get below the Metroid. Well, that didn't work out. Please plan. That didn't work well enough. So once the Metroid is defeated, you'll want to bomb the one down here at the right spot. And then use your spring ball to jump up. You can use the spider ball too, that would be fine. But it's a bit faster to just spring up and then drop down through this tube. Where we have two ways we can go. It looks like a dead end over here on the left, but if you jump up with the ball form and then use your bombs, you can actually blow through the wall. Bombs are these bomb tubes enemies. Another missile door. Behind it is a new beam weapon, the wave beam. While there will have decent situations in this game, the wave beam is one of the best weapons that will fight. Its wave power is very good at penetrating enemy shields. So there are a number of enemy types where having a wave beam is the best weapon to fight them. Once you have it, I'll let you make your way to this room where we can destroy a lot of these white boxes. And if destroy the ones on the through the wall. And there was some missiles on the other side of a wall to the left. We're not going to be able to collect them from this side though, so we want to head back the way that we came. Use your bombs to get through and go back to the right. There are 3 more missile upgrades in this little area that we want to find. So use your spider ball to climb up the left wall. That will help you avoid the wall fires on the right side. You won't even notice those guys. And just roll on over to the left, where we can break those white boxes on the left side. And here we'll find 2 more of those upgrades. You can see how effective the wave beam is against these enemies, and how nice it is to be able to jump over. So grab those missiles. Make your way over to the left, where we'll find another exit, and we'll be able to drop down to the bottom, head over to the right, and grab that last missile upgrade on the other side. Reach before. Once you have that, we want to make our way out of this area, and that is going to involve climbing up on some of those white boxes that we can destroy with our gun. So it's not as bad as it was in the original game in the area that people want to climb. We can jump much higher in this game, so it's going to be a lot easier in this one than it was in the original. Try to avoid these wall fires as you make your way to the right, although that was somewhat unsuccessful. Once we get out of here, on the left side of the Phase 3 map, we need to get out all the points in this area, and that will open up Phase 4. Right now we've collected all the good equipment, so we don't have to worry about getting any more stuff. We just have to worry about finishing off the enemies. So we'll just head back through it. Here's that room where we went through the wall to find the wave beam. If you jump up with your spring ball and then press down to grab onto the wall with your spider ball, that'll make it easy to get up here into this tube. And then we'll just spider ball our way up to the top and roll on back to the left. This is that room where we fought the alpha. A few bombs should get us up through here. And back on over to the left. You'll remember this area where we needed to bomb through with a rock. So we'll do that again. And then we're just going to run over to the left and take a nice jump. We can shoot downwards using our wave beam to take out the we just collected a whole bunch of stuff, so it's a good idea to save the game, especially considering we're about to go into the most dangerous part of the phase. Down at the bottom of Phase 3, we're going to encounter some Metroids that are not the Alpha variety. These ones are the Gamma Metroids, and they are much more dangerous. We're going to drop straight down. You can use your wave beam and head over to the right. Over here to the left. You could go to the right there, but go to the left first. And here, there's another Alpha Metroid. Down to the bottom, you can easily get it from below. Remember, it takes 5 missiles to kill those guys. We have a lot of missiles to work with at this point, but you're going to notice that some of the more evolved Metroid mutations take a lot more missiles to kill. From below or from the front or behind, but sometimes the spinning electrical field that they generate, if you get low on health. there's an energy recharge on the far left. Even if you're trying to roll past it and refill your health, and then you can go back in and try to fight it again. Pretty easy compared to the one. Over here, just shoot it with 5 missiles, and once that alpha is defeated, you can head back to the left, and we're going to start climbing out of here. We're can face the 2 Metroids. Just shoot through the sand. Remember, it's down in the bottom left. So if you've taken significant damage from any of these bosses, don't be afraid to go back down there and recharge. Head over here to the right. This time we're going to go to the right side of this chamber. And inside, Gamma Metroid. This one's in a slightly more difficult area to fight. Once again, shooting it from the front is probably the least effective way to fight them. Whenever you shoot it from below, your shots are more likely to not be blocked by that electrical field. And if you can shoot it in the back, that works well too. So try to get below that gamma and launch a bunch of missiles into its underside. It seems like we've phase 3 at this point, but the last Metroid is hiding in a very sneaky area. We'll want to backtrack up this shaft, so make your way past the Yumbo enemies, shooting them with your wave. And this time we're going to climb all the way to the top. We're also going to find the last missile upgrade that we haven't found yet, and this one is very limited. So keep climbing all the way to the top. At the top, you'll see an exit on the right side. That's where we're headed. We're going to jump up onto this ledge and then engage our spider ball, which will allow us to climb across this ceiling. Up here, we'll find a spot where we need to use a bomb, and I recommend using your bomb and then moving decently far away from it, but not so far away from the screen. You want to be able to see the explosion, but you don't want to be close to it, because it can cause your spider ball to disengage. Now, if you're good, you can just press down again and grab back onto the wall, but it's much safer to just move away from your bombs after you plant them. And up here, we'll find the last missile upgrade in this area. Once you have it, we're going to bomb back down to the bottom. Make sure before you plant the last bomb that you're ready to use your spider ball, because we want to move across the ceiling to the right. To bring us to a higher ledge, and that's where we'll find the last Metroid in this area. So follow along the ceiling with your spider ball. Spider ball, spider ball, doing the things that a spider ball can. Spider ball. And just make your way up here. This is not the ledge you're looking for, it's this larger one up at the top. Once you're up here, head over to the left, and this is just a lowly Alpha Metroid. You'll notice that you can drop through that shell for some reason. And it shouldn't be too hard to get below this one, which will make it pretty easy to kill. And that's it. That is the final Metroid in Phase 3. Before we move on though, there's another shortcut that I'd like to show you. So if you want to do the shortcut, just take a big jump over here to the right, and we're going to climb this wall. We want to make our way over to the far right side, near where we found the first missile upgrade in this area. If you don't want to use this shortcut, you of course could go back out the same way that we came into Phase 3. That's going to lead us to another area where the water will have drained out.
God damn it.
If you don't take the shortcut. Just gonna drop all the way to the save room. Certainly a good idea to save the game. Notice that this time when we go through the room that off-track enemy, he is very easy to destroy with a RPG, especially if you need that. So just make your way through this isolation and over on the right side where we'll find another save point, and we'll be able to go out the same way that we came in. And there it is. Save the game if you feel like it. We did just save a few moments ago. No big deal. And we're just going to head through to the right where we met the very first Metroids were, and I have some bad news for you, because we're going to be fighting a whole lot of them in Phase 4. Head across this room. It's kind of weird if you stand on this guy, it'll actually drop you into the sand. I'm not sure why that works that way. In any case, make your way over here to the right. And
Oh my god, I've been watching this video for like 51 minutes. That's crazy. My bad, you guys. My bad. My bad, you guys. Give me just a second. I just really want to finish this game. I want to finish this game and be done with it. This is... Maybe my friends are coming. I don't know. Drop down and get your eagle on, girl. Drop down and get your eagle on, girl. Hell no, you ain't near longer. Drop down and get your eagle on, girl. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see real quick.
Metroid shell, and there was some water over to the right of it. We'll use our spring ball to jump up through here, and here is where that area was, but now the water is gone.
This was the video that you sent me, Cam.
Follow this path. You'll want to get very familiar with this particular room because we will be crossing through it a number of times to get to different areas in the game. This time we're going to drop all the way to the bottom and then head over to the right where we'll encounter another new enemy type. This guy is called a Halzin, and he has shields on the left and right side, so if you were using the wave, you would have to shoot directly into the middle of that creature from above or below it. With the wave beam, however, you can shoot right through a Halzin shield. There are actually a lot of those enemies in this game, and it's one of the reasons why I like the wave beam so much. You'll see a path on the right side here, but you want to jump past that first one and go all the way to the top first, where you'll find a second path to the right. Just like in the last two phases, most of the equipment in Phase 4 is located in one area, while most of the Metroids are located in another. And just like in the previous two phases, we want to get all of the good gear first, and then we can take out that big cluster of Metroids to unlock the next phase. So make your way through to the right, and when you get to this room, you want to jump down and use your wave beam to take out the enemies in the way. And if you blast through this sand, you'll find a missile battery, which you can use to restore your missiles to their full capacity. You may want to remember what that missile battery is. It's a pretty easy one to get to, and if you ever run low on missiles, that's an easy way to refill them. Once you use that missile battery to refill your missiles, you can use your spider ball to climb up the right side of this structure. Once you get up to the top, you just want to cut straight across to the right and drop down on the other side, where you'll find some more sand to blast through, and this time, when we blast through to the left, we'll find another Chozo statue, and this one contains a very useful upgrade. This is the space jump. The space jump is a very helpful item that essentially lets Samus fly. To use it, you need to get a spinning jump going, and then when you see Samus start to fall out of the air, just press the A button again, and she'll bolt up higher. You can use this to reach extreme heights in the air, but if you stop spinning, you'll need to land and do a big jump again to get the space jump restarted. Use your space jump to get up the side of this area, and you'll see there's another Hulzen enemy up here on the top. If you make your way across to the right, you can drop down this shaft, and this area will look familiar from that shortcut that we just took. We didn't grab the missile upgrade when we did the shortcut before, so you want to dig down and stand here and grab this upgrade. But when you're done with that, head on over here to the left where we can save our...
Howdy, folks!
We're going to make our way back out the same way that we came in. There are more items to be found over to the left of that same point, but we're going to be coming back for those. So use your spider ball to climb up out of here, and then we're going to head to the far right of this area. Over here, we want to morph into a ball and then roll off the edge, but you want to make enough space so you don't hit those spikes. When you see that missile upgrade, push over to the left and then use your spider ball to stick to the wall. We can bomb through this rock, and when you go through this tunnel, we'll find our third energy tank. You'll need to use a bomb to get through, and then you can either jump back up there or use your spider ball to get up to where the actual energy tank is. However you do it is fine. Just try to get in there and grab yourself another bar of health. Once we have this very important energy tank, you can drop down to the bottom, and don't forget to use your spider ball to collect that missile upgrade that we saw from the outside. This brings our total missiles up to 190, and there are only 6 more missile upgrades left to be found in the entire game. We'll be able to find 2 more of them here in Phase 4, and the last 4 missile upgrades are all in Phase 7. There's not a lot of equipment in Phases 5, 6, 8, and 9. Once you have the missile upgrade in the energy tank, you're going to head back down here to the bottom. And at the bottom of the shaft, you'll be able to face off with a Gamma Metroid. I like to go all the way to the bottom to fight this guy, and try to lure him over to the left corner, where it should be pretty easy to get underneath this Gamma, and then light him up with a bunch of missiles.
I like to give it a go.
That leaves us with only 25 more Metroids to defeat. So once you've killed that Gamma, climb back up out of this shaft, and we're going to need to use our space jump to get back out of this area. We'll head over to the left, dig through some of the sand, and this is where we need to use the space jump, because the spikes on the left side and the proboscum enemies on the right will prevent us from using our spider ball. Although if you do lose your space jump momentum, try to land on those proboscum enemies. They won't damage you, but sometimes they will drop out from under your feet. Now would be a great time to save the game, and then we're going to head into this area that I mentioned before. There's some lock track enemies here, which can be dealt with by jumping up and shooting our wave beam down on top of them. We want to make our way over here to the left. These bouncing frog monsters are called rock toads, and over here we can blast this missile board. We'll find another beam upgrade. This one is called the Spazer.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't like that one.
The Spazer fires 3 lasers in a wide pattern, which is pretty nice for fighting enemies. However, I'm not sure that it's quite as good as the wave beam, because it doesn't have the armor penetrating power that that beam has. Still, the Spazer is pretty good, especially against these on-track enemies. So you'll want to space jump up and kill that one there before you try to space jump again and get up to this ledge on the right. Drop down here, and in this lower area, we're going to face another Gamma Metroid. If you have your missiles on, you may be able to hit it a few times as you drop above it, but the easiest way to fight this guy is to get on this platform on the right side, and just just get underneath the gamma and try to shoot it as quickly as you can with your missiles. If it gets right in front of you, that's almost as good. You can shoot it horizontally instead. If we head over to the right, we'll pass an Autoed enemy and find another missile upgrade. There's only one more missile upgrade to find here in Phase 4. Make your way to the right, and I think this divot here. This platform on the right side and just get underneath the gamma and try to shoot it as quickly as you can with your missiles. If it gets right in front of you, that's almost as good. You can shoot it horizontally instead. If we head over to the right, we'll pass an Autoed enemy and find another missile upgrade. There's only one more missile upgrade to find here in Phase 4. Right, and I think this divot is a glitch that should not actually be there. Then you can use your space jump or just damage boost off of these spikes to get up to the top and make your way over to the left. That monster is called a Shurk and it can be defeated, but this one that drops fire is called an Autob, and we will not be able to kill them. Use your spider ball to climb up this wall and use your bombs to open up a hole, which will lead us to a hidden area on the left. Down here, we're going to be Alpha Metroid. This one's definitely on our list.
Finally!
So take him out with 5 missiles just as we always do. But that easy Metroid fight isn't the only thing down here. If you keep heading over to the left, you'll be able to jump over some pillars, use your spider ball here if necessary, and we'll be able to grab our 4th energy tank. That's going to give us a total of almost 500 health to work with, which will be very helpful as we get deeper into the game. Use your spider ball to head back out. There's nothing else to find down in this small area, so you'll head back over to the right and use your spider ball to climb up this wall on the right side and head back through. Once again, you'll have to use bombs when you get to the end, so use a ball right there to get through the wall, and then drop down. Remember that you can't kill the Autob enemy, but you can kill the Shurk. From here, we're going to make our way back down through this room with the spikes, and over to the left. If we keep going to the left in this room, you can actually go through the wall on the left side. And once we go through the wall over there, we'll be able to fight another Gamma Metroid. And we'll be able to find the 4th beam upgrade. So if you've been wondering what the 4th beam is, you'll be able to find out soon. But I think the easiest way to deal with this Gamma is to stay down in this lower right corner. And as the Gamma approaches you, just shoot it in the face with as many missiles as you can. Some of them will get blocked by its electrical field.
That's alright!
Work with, so I don't think we're going to run out. Once he is beat, you can head over here to the left. If you have a gun that you already like, this is certainly optional, but if you'd like to try out the 4th and 5th beam, this is the Plasma Beam. The Plasma Beam shoots a very focused, straight beam of energy that has a lot of power behind it, but is a little bit more difficult to aim than some of the other weapons. single shot, but it does not penetrate shields like the wave beam does. Once you have all the upgrades down here, we're going to jump up the ceiling here to this room where we fought a Gamma Metroid, and this time we want to spider ball up the right wall, because there's a full missile upgrade hidden here in Phase 4, and this is where it's located. Use a multiple enemies with a single shot, but it does not penetrate shields like the wave beam does. Once you have all the upgrades down here, we're going to jump up through the ceiling here to this room where we fought a Gamma Metroid, and this time we want to spider ball up the right wall, because there's a fourth missile upgrade hidden here in Phase 4, and this is where it's located. Use a bomb to go up into this small rectangular chamber, and then bounce up through the wall on the left to find the missile upgrade. We should now have a maximum of 210 missiles. Pretty good. From here we can use our space jump to get back up the left side, or you can use the spider ball if you're less confident with your space jumping ability. I do recommend trying to take out some of these enemies before jumping up here, unless you want to use their lasers for a little bit of a damage boost. That's the only way you can possibly get to the top, but it's much safer to just kill a few of those guys first. Up here we'll want to save the game one more time, shoot through the sand, and take the exit in the top. The easiest way to exit through here is probably use your ball and then just spider ball up the side. Although if you're good with the space jump, you can just space jump out of there as well. Now, collected all of the items in Phase 4, it's time to head back towards the entrance of the phase, where we can take a different path that leads to a whole bunch of Metroids to fight. As you head back across this large chamber to the left, don't forget that in the lower left corner, if you drill down through the sand, you'll be able to find one of those missile batteries, which can refill our missiles to the max. We're about to be fighting a bunch of Metroids, so we're going to be buying as many missiles as we can carry. Once you've refilled your missiles, head through this corridor on the left. The Yumi enemies that pop out of these divots can be difficult to avoid by jumping over them, so you're probably better off shooting them and then just don't collect any items that they drop so they don't respawn. Once we get to the end of this hallway, we're going to drop down and take the path that we didn't take earlier. It's this one right here. This is going to bring us across to a save point. You'll probably want to save before you drop down below. In this small area, we're going to need to fight 6 Metroids. So drop down, and we're going to take the path on the right, although if you look at the bottom, you'll see where we're going to emerge later when we come up out of here. In this room, we encounter our first Metroid in this spot. It's a Gamma. I like to stay close to the doorway and try to attack this guy, or run him back into the room and turn around and fire to the left. Both strategies can work pretty well, and once that Gamma goes down, there will be 5 more Metroids to fight in this area. So break through the blocks on the left side and make your way to this room. Those small flying enemies are called TPOs. I'm not exactly sure what that stands for, but try to avoid them or shoot them precisely with your plasma beam as you make your way to the very top of this area. This next chamber has a bunch of lattice in it, which can easily be removed with your plasma beam, but it can actually absorb some of your missiles if you shoot it into the lattice, so try to avoid that you put 5 missiles into easy alpha Metroid. Once that alpha is clear, use your spider ball to climb up the right side and go down this tunnel where we want to go inside this Metroid shell, and that will lead us to the next battle with a Gamma Metroid. We should actually use our plasma beam to clear some of this lattice this time, and then do our best to get underneath the Gamma Metroid. If it gets right in front of you and gives you easy shots with your missiles horizontally, then take those ones. But it's a lot easier to get multiple hits on the Gammas from below.
What the fuck is this?
Popcorn Chicken is back at Jets. For a limited time, get a large popcorn chicken pizza, like barbecue chicken or chicken bacon ranch, for only $15.99. You can thank us later. This isn't pizza. It's...
Why choose Nectar? Because
Why would I
we're
ever
here
want to watch?
for you. With a
Your Metroid counter should now be down to 19 as we make our way back over here to the left. Use your spider ball to get back up into this tunnel. Drop back down into the lattice room where we fought the Alpha Metroid. And then back into this chamber where the TPOs are floating around. Watch out for those guys, and we're going to take this path on the right. There is no Metroid in this room, so just cut straight across to the right. And then we're going to drop straight down here. Those things on the left side there on the wall can actually damage you, so you want to be slightly away from the wall as you go down to the bottom. And when you get to this room, switch your missiles on, because it's time to battle another Gamma Metroid. I like to try to fight this one in this... Things on the left side there on the wall can actually damage you, so you want to be slightly away from the wall as you go down to the bottom. And when you get to this room, switch your missiles on, because it's time to battle another Gamma Metroid. I like to try to fight this one in this spot right here on the left side. Usually you can convince it to get right above you there, and then it can be easily taken out with a bunch of missiles. If you drop all the way to the bottom, you can clear some of those bushes. Those bushes will damage you. And then you'll be able to find an energy charge. After fighting all those Metroids, it will feel very good to refill our health, so don't miss that opportunity before you climb up and exit this room to the left. The last 2 Metroid... We need to fight here in Phase 4 are Gammas, so no more easy Alphas in this one. Make your way up through this chamber. The enemies here are not very difficult to avoid, but once you get into the next chamber, that's where we'll fight our next Gamma, so get your missiles ready. To fight this guy, I like to jump up through the Metroid shell. You don't actually need to be in ball form to get through it. And then head up into this small area where it seems to be easy to get a decent number of hits on the Gamma. We have a lot of health because we just got that energy recharge, so we can be a little bit aggressive here. Clear that bush and head over to the left. There's a few more bushes to clear out in this hallway, and then we'll jump up through a Metroid shell, and we may remember that from earlier. So we saw that path before. Now we're going to head back up here, and this time we're going to make our way to the lower path on the left side. This room contains the final Gamma of Phase 4. To beat this one, head underneath him and get into this narrow hallway where the gamma will get sort of hung up, and you should be able to easily shoot a bunch of missiles right into its face. Once he's been defeated, you'll be able to jump up through the floor here, and you will emerge through a spiky patch in this room. Head through the hallway on the left, and as we walk to the left past this watery area, you'll notice the next earthquake trigger, indicating the end. Once he's been defeated, you'll be able to jump up through the floor here, and you will emerge through a spiky patch in this room. Head through the hallway on the left, and as we walk to the left past this watery area, you'll notice the next earthquake trigger, indicating the end of Phase 4. I had said before that we'll be passing through this chamber quite often, so make your way up through the narrow passageways and back over through the upper left exit. The music will kick in, and we'll head over to the left. We're going to be headed towards where Phase 3 was. This time we're going to be able to head down to an area that was filled with acidic water before. So we'll just make our way down this path and into the main part of Phase 5. Phase 5 may be the easiest phase in the entire game. You may be thinking, how could Phase 5 be
Yeah, this is the new area that I found.
easier than Phase 1 when Phase 1 only had a single Metroid for us to defeat? But Phase 5 only has a single Metroid for us to defeat as well, and this time we are much more powerful. So just make your way through this passage. There's a new enemy type here called an Off Troll. These can be easily killed with our plasma beam, and they often drop large HP replenishment items. So if you kill enough Off Trolls, you should easily be able to keep your health high. There are no enemies in this room, so just climb up to the top and follow the path to the right. Over there, you'll find some more of those Off Troll enemies. They're not particularly dangerous, especially with those large health refills that they drop. So just hit them with your plasma beam and make your way across to the right. Try to drop down here, and just keep heading across. The only Metroid that we need to fight here in Phase 5 is a Gamma Metroid, and we're going to meet it in this room. So there he is. Switch over to your missiles, and then drop down here, where you'll be able to easily hit the Metroid between those two platforms. So just keep shooting upwards as the Metroid gets closer. And that is the only Metroid in Phase 5. Defeating that Gamma will trigger the next earthquake, and we'll be able to head back the way we came and make our way to Phase number 6. So yeah, that was easy. Just head back the way that we came. When we get to Phase 6, Phase 6 is really not all that much more difficult than Phase 5. There's not a bunch of Off Troll enemies running around that will make it easy to refill our health, and yeah, there's a few more Metroids in Phase 6. But once again, it's a fairly straightforward phase without any equipment for us to find. This time we'll also be able to find an energy recharge and a missile battery. So Phase 6 really isn't that bad. Once you get to the end of this chamber, we're going to climb back up and out of Phase 5, and that will take us back over into Phase 4, or at least to the interconnected tunnels that lead between the phases. To get over to where Phase 6 is, we want to make our way back to that same room when we get to the bottom, we're going to exit out the right side. But this time, we're going to notice that there's a lot less acidic water in this chamber. So now, we can drop down to the bottom and make our way to phase 6. Try to watch out for those spikes though, they can do you a bit of damage.
Oh, wee bit!
This feels more like a pit stop between phases 4 and 7. So we're just going to make our way all the way to the top of this chamber. When you see the 2 Metroid shells, you could also go to the left, but I like to go to the top first. Fighting these enemies with the plasma beam is a bit more difficult. You need to hit them precisely in the middle from above or below. Make your way up the right side of this chamber. That enemy is called a Modo, and he has a shield on the front, so to kill it, you'll need to shoot him from behind. Unless you use the wave beam, though. The wave beam can shoot right through the shield. These little platforms are called flits, but we have the space jump now, so if you just want to get to the end of this area and don't touch the water below, you can just space jump across to the end. Even if you do linger in the water down there, there is a missile charge on this side and an energy charge over on the left side. So it's not that big of a deal if we take a little bit of damage. Down here we'll fight a Gamma Metroid. Try to get underneath it, point your missiles upward, and shoot into its vulnerable bottom or backside. Once it's been defeated, make sure to head back over to the right and hit that missile battery one more time to top yourself off, and then head back out the way that you came. The only other Metroid in this phase is an Alpha Metroid, so we don't have a whole lot to worry about as we head back across this chamber to the left. You can use the flits or use your space jump, but we are going to be coming to an energy charge, so if you just want to run across the acidic water in the bottom, you can do that too. You shouldn't be too worried about it. Drop down here, head back over to the left,
And get your eagle on, girl.
back to the area where we saw those 2 Metroid shells, and we want to take the left path there. So right here, we're heading to the left, and then we're just going to follow this along. We're going to come to another large room filled with those flits, although these ones have a little bit different movement. Most of the flits in this room will move to the right, although they occasionally will move back to the left. I would just run across the water at the bottom here or use the space jump. Just avoid those flits and make your way to the left. On the far left side of this room is where we'll find that energy charge. So we'll stop over there first, and then we'll head back across to the bottom right where we'll find the Alpha Metroid that we need to destroy. We can get right up onto it and be pretty reckless with this one because there's an energy charge right here in the room. So there's not a whole lot to worry about with fighting that guy. Just top off your energy as you exit and make your way back the same way that we came. There's the earthquake. Phase 6 is complete. That only leaves 3 more phases in the game. We're getting pretty close now. So you may be wondering, where exactly is Phase 7? It's actually over near where Phase 5 was. It will take a bit of backtracking to get over there, and it seems like the way Phase 5 and 6 have been laid out was intentional to pad the game a little bit. In fact, when people do speed runs of Metroid 2, they usually will wade through the acidic water so that they can complete Phase 6 before Phase 5, just because it's a lot more efficient to do it that way. It's certainly easier to do Phase 5 before Phase 6, but if you want to save a few minutes, that is certainly something you can try. There, of course, is an energy recharge in Phase 6 that can help you out if you do intend to go through that acidic water, and you want to have as many energy tanks as possible before you attempt it. For now, though, we're just going to take the normal path and head back to this room, which we'll need to pass through once more. Unless you missed something in the area beyond it, though, this will be the last time we'll need to go through this room.
Oh, thank God.
So say goodbye and make your way over to the left. That's going to lead here into this area that's the intersection of so many of the phases. We're going to go right past where phase 5 was and head deeper down into the planet.
Deeper!
You'll notice that some of the acidic water is there has cleaned out, and now we'll be able to dig farther in and reach phase 7. I'm a little bit worried that after we kill the final Metroid here, this entire planet might like implode on its own. But I guess that's not something that we need to worry about right now. And just follow
Oh, you! Alright, fine. This is where I'm supposed to be going. I don't think I've been here before. This is where I got stuck. Oh yeah, baby!
On the other side, we'll find another shaft that we'll be able to climb up. But before we can go through there, there's a few rocks that we need to blast through using our missiles. It's a little bit less obvious that we need to shoot through those rocks when you play on the black and white Game Boy. But here on the GameCube, you can see that they're bright orange, and that definitely makes them very obvious. Head on up to the top here and make your way to the left. Climb up to the top of this room and head over to the left, which will take you to the A on the map. And that will bring us to the larger part of phase 7. So we'll just make our way through this corridor. Not very difficult to get through here.
Oh yeah, baby!
Here, we'll go through a tight hallway.
There's that beauty!
The elevators are actually pretty easy to find in tight hallways. So just use this guy with some missiles and make your way to the left. This
Finally.
chamber has a lot of vertical space above it, but before we head up there, we're going to drop down into the bottom where we can find the 19th missile upgrade. There's only 3 left in the game to uncover. Once you have it, head back up through that Metroid shell and make your way over to the left. You'll need to shoot through some of that lattice before you get in there. That stuff can actually damage you if you touch it. Climb up this room. There's no enemies in here, so don't worry about getting damaged. You can use your space jump to get to the top, or just try to jump from platform to platform. Up here we'll find a save point, which you'll probably want to use, and then make your way down the left shaft. As we drop down here and take this hallway to the left, we'll go through this room that you can use your space jump to get through so that you don't hit all the spikes. But in the next room, we're going to encounter our first Zeta Metroid, and these ones are much more serious.
Oh boy.
To fight this particular Zeta, I like to try to stay right here near the doorway, but don't go too far, because the Zeta Metroid will knock you out or into the next room. You'll have to start the fight over again. Just keep jumping and shooting your missiles at the Zeta. You can only hit it with horizontal shots. Don't try to shoot up and down at the Zeta Metroids. Those shots will only miss us. Once he's defeated,
Oh, he's a tough little cookie, ain't he? Golly, motherfudgers! Shoo, baby! Oh, it was a tough little cookie, weren't it?
Your way back up the left side of this shaft, and we're going to go past where the save point was, although if you'd like... If the game, it's not a terrible idea, but we want to make our way to the passage to the right, directly above where that save chamber was. In here, we can actually jump through the ceiling on the right side, and we'll find a bunch of red...
Oh, Daddy!
Doors here. The first one at the bottom. We can actually jump through the ceiling on the right side, and we'll find a bunch of red missile doors here. The first one at the bottom leads to the ice beam. If you've been missing the ice beam since earlier in the game, now is your chance to pick it up again. But that's not all that's here. No. If we go all the way to the top, we'll find a few more missile doors. Let's see what's behind these. Well, you may be able to figure it out by looking over at the map. Behind each one of these doors are 4 different beam types, which gives you the option to pick whichever beam type you want. So if you like the plasma beam, you can grab the one all the way at the top. If you'd rather use the spacer laser, you'll be able to find that one through the door next to the top, so not the topmost door, but the one right below it. And the one right above the ice beam, as you may expect, is the wave beam. Now I personally like to use the wave beam, but feel free to take your pick here. We're going to need the ice beam in phase 9, but we'll have another opportunity to pick it up in phase 9, so you don't need to feel locked into getting the ice beam right now. Pick whichever beam you're most comfortable with, and then make your way back to the bottom and head back out through the door on the left side. Which beam you choose to use here doesn't matter very much for fighting the Metroids, which we'll need to use missiles to defeat. And we're going to fight another Gamma Metroid as we climb up this wall on the left side. If you're not good at using the space jump, you can try using the spider ball instead.
You son of a biscuit eater.
You'll need to try to avoid the enemies so that they don't knock you off the wall, but there are a bunch of little ledges you can try to land on if you do get knocked off. Up here is another room filled with spikes. The space jump will help you get through here, although if you're feeling kind of aggressive, you can just bounce off the spikes and quickly make your way to the left. Whatever you decide to do, over here on the left side, we're going to fight a Gamma Metroid. For this particular Gamma, I like to push right into the left and try to get right underneath.
God damn it.
using the space jump, you can try using the spider ball instead. You'll need to try to avoid the enemies so that they don't knock you off the wall, but there are a bunch of little ledges you can try to land on if you do get knocked off. Up here is another room filled with spikes. The space jump will help you get through here. Although if you're feeling kind of aggressive, you can just bounce off the spikes and make your way up. Whatever you decide to do, over to the side, you're going to fight Metroid. For this particular gamma, I like to push right into the left and try to get right underneath it as quickly as possible. The gammas are much easier to kill by shooting up at them from below, so if you can get underneath that guy, it'll give you a very strong advantage when fighting him. Make your way back through the spiky room, whichever way you can, and then we're going to continue climbing up the left side of the Grand Cavern. As you make your way to the top, you'll notice that there is another path on the right side. That path will lead you to the top of the room where all the different beams were. We don't really need to go in there right now. We've already chosen a beam, so you can avoid that path on the right, and instead you want to make your way all the way to the top of this area. So use your spider ball if you're not as good with the space jump, and just climb up this wall. When we get to the top, there's going to be a small vertical shaft that we're going to be able to drop into using our ball form, and inside we're going to find a darkened area. You can see how good the wave beam is against that photo enemy. You can shoot it right through. And here is that dark area where we'll need to navigate in our ball form. So you want to head over to the left, blow through a wall here, then head over to the right where we'll be able to grab a missile upgrade. Then you're going to head back to the left, use your bombs to bounce through there, use the bombs again. You'll vault up and go to the left, use some bombs, and then head over to the right. And from here, you're going to bomb up, and you should be able to get up into the next area using your spider ball. Back to the left, blow through a wall. Here is that dark area where we'll need to navigate in our ball form. So you want to head over to the left, blow through a wall here, then head over to the right where we'll be able to grab a missile upgrade. Then you're going to head back to the left, use your bombs to bounce through there, use the bombs again, you'll vault up and go to the left, use some bombs, and you're going to head back to the left, use your bombs to bounce through there, use the bombs again, you'll vault up and go to the left, use some bombs, and then head over to the right, and from here, you're going to bomb up, and you should be able to get up into the next area using your spider ball. And here we'll be able to find the final energy tank. Back to the left, use your bombs to bounce through there, use the bombs again. You'll vault up and go to the left, use some bombs, and then head over to the right. And from here, you're going to bomb up, and you should be able to get up into the next area using your spider ball. And here,
Son of a fucking bitch.
we'll be able to... You're going to bomb the bombs again, where we'll be able to grab a missile upgrade. Then you're going to head back to the left, use your bombs to bounce through there, use the bombs again. You'll vault up and go to the left, use some bombs, and then head over to the right. And from here, you're going to bomb up, and you should be able to get up into the next area using your spider ball. And here, you'll be able to find the final energy tank. Well, it's the final relevant energy tank. There is actually another energy tank that we're going to be able to find, but we will not be able to increase our maximum hit points any higher than this. So what we want to do is to go over here onto the far left wall and use your spider ball to go all the way up onto the ceiling, where you'll find that in the upper left corner, we can actually bomb up to another hidden tunnel. So just use your bombs, go all the way up there, and once you reveal that tunnel at the top, we're going to find a hidden missile upgrade. So grab that missile upgrade, and that's actually not the only thing hidden up here. That's right, that extra redundant energy tank is also up there. So you might as well grab it, and then make your way back to the left. Almost exactly like the last time we found missiles hidden up in the ceiling, we're going to bomb back down the way that we came, and then use our spider ball to continue along the ceiling to the right. So after you blow open that last piece, make sure that you're stuck to the wall, and then continue across the ceiling, where we're going to find a hidden ledge that leads to a Gamma Metroid. So follow the ceiling along, and when you finally get to the end, you'll be able to drop down onto the ledge and make your way into the room on the right. There's another one of those spiky rooms that we need to traverse, and this Gamma Metroid is buried in a bunch of sand, so just blast through the sand, and when you get to the other side, keep on your wave beam for a moment and close an area above you so that you can try to get underneath the Gamma. Anytime you have a chance to get under it, and leave some missiles onto it, and if it gets in front of you, shoot some into its face. It's a trickier Gamma Metroid that you have to fight in this entire game. Once it's defeated, we're down to a single digit of remaining Metroids. Only this entire game goes up onto it, and if it gets in front of you, that you'll have to fight in this entire game. Once he's defeated, we're now down to a single-digit number of remaining Metroids. Only 9 are left. After fighting that camera, we'll drop back down on the top of this main structure, roll into a ball, and try to roll off the right side while clinging to the left of the structure so that you can use your spider ball whenever you see that rock that you need to bomb through. And that will bring you into this room with a very conspicuous Metroid shell. And it's time to fight another Zeta. This one, I like to run back into this hallway, and while you won't be able to hit it while it's above you, usually you can get the Zeta to swoop down right in front of Samus, and then you can just unload on it in the face with your missiles.
Jesus.
Once that Zeta is defeated, though, we just
Would you get your fat ass down here? Golly.
As Jet. In here, we're going to be able to get one of the most famous pieces of Metroid equipment. So use your spider ball to climb up here. We need to bomb through the ceiling at this point, and we'll see an area where a Chozo statue normally would be. But first we need to bomb through this rock and head over to the right side. Once again, we can bomb through to get up through here. Get in this statue. And we're going to be able to find the game's final major upgrade, the Screw Attack. The Screw Attack is optional, but you absolutely want to grab it because it is going to be key to our strategy against several different Metroids. Using the Screw Attack whenever you jump and are doing spinning jump, you'll be able to damage enemies in the air. This is extremely helpful when you're using your space jump technique, because now you can fly around through the air, and if you hit any enemies, you'll kill them instead of them damaging you. Once you got the screw attack, you want to drop down this left side, where we'll find a missile battery, and
What the fuck was that?
And that will restore us to 240 missiles. And then we're going to follow along the ceiling side where we'll find a missile battery. And that will restore us to 240 missiles. And then we're going to follow along the ceiling right here. Now just wait for a second for that enemy to move out of the way. And then you'll spider ball up into this room where there's a gamma battery. You just want to jump off the wall and come down to this spot where we can ball through the wall and find the 22nd and final missile upgrade. That brings our total missiles to 250. Once you've done that, use your space jump to get up into this area. And I'd like to find this gamma Metroid over here on the right side. From here, whenever it gets above you, shoot up. And that's next to Samus. After defeating that gamma, there's actually a wall that will take you to an energy charge. So make sure to hit that to refill your health. And then drop back down to where we got the final missile upgrade.
On my mama, on my hood, I look fly.
Stay towards the right wall so that we can find a ledge that leads to another Zeta Metroid.
I
This is the
look.
last Metroid in this area, so carefully use your that to refill your health, and then we're going to drop back.
What the fuck was that?
From here, whenever it gets above you, shoot up. And when it's next to Samus, shoot to the left. After defeating that gamma, there's actually a hidden path on the left wall that will take you to an energy charge. So make sure to hit that to refill your health. And then we're going to drop back down to where we found the final missile upgrade. And we want to stay towards the right wall so that we can find a ledge that leads to another Zeta Metroid. This is the last Metroid in this area, so carefully use your space jump to get through here. You can always use that energy charge again after this fight though, so you don't have to be that careful getting through here. Once you get to the far right, this Zeta Metroid is buried in some sand, so just shoot a few wave beam shots first, and then immediately switch to missiles and shoot at the Zeta as soon as it swoops in front of you. If you don't catch it right as it swoops in front of you, you may just want to walk back.
fucking bitch. Oh my god, sweet mother of Josephine.
And re-enter the room again to reset the battle. Once that Zeta Metroid is defeated, that will trigger the earthquake here in Phase 7, and we'll be ready to move on to Phase number 8. Before we actually move on to Phase 8 though, I am going to show you one more trick here in Phase 7, but before we even get to that, Phase 8 is extremely challenging and has some of the nastiest Metroids that we will encounter in the entire game. So before you leave Phase 7, I highly recommend going back to where the energy charge is. And
Like, why aren't you
back up
spinning
to where the
when I
missile
jump?
battery is. You may think right now we have...
Have I died and gone to hell? What the fudge is going on? Oh my god, kill me. Oh my god. Sweet mother of Josephine. Why does it stop spinning when I get right there? Kill me. Right when I get right there. Shut the fuck up.
Missiles. There's only 6 more Metroids that we need to defeat in the entire game. So how many missiles could that possibly take? Don't be stupid. Go back to this missile battery and top off your missiles. You will be surprised how many missiles you'll need to defeat the Omega Metroids that we're going to be...
He said, don't be stupid.
Phase 8. There are no energy charge stations or missile batteries in Phase 8, so if you get low on health or start to run out of missiles, you're going to have to walk all the way back here to Phase 7 to use this missile battery. Now, before we go, let me talk to you about the secret world that's hidden here in Phase 7. Do you remember this room right before the save point? Or start to run out of missiles, you're going to have to walk all the way back here to Phase 7 to use this missile battery. Now, before we go, let me talk to you about the secret world that's hidden here in Phase 7. Do you remember this room right before the save point? If you roll into a ball and then mash select as you hold left and drop down that wall, you may be able to open a hole in the wall, which will bring you here. You need to go to the left 2 screens here, or you'll get stuck. So make sure to head 2 screens to the left. And if you actually do this before you fight the Metroids here in Phase 7, you'll be able to see some weird stuff. So I'm going to show you that here. The Metroids look very strange in this glitched out zone. So you're going to drop straight through here, where you'll encounter a glitched out Gamma Metroid, and you'll recognize this area. That's where the last missile upgrade was, and this room is supposed to be filled with spikes, but you see that the tile set is all messed up. But wait till you see what's in the next room. That's where we fought the last Zeta Metroid, and yeah, that Zeta Metroid is in there. But instead of sand, the whole room is save points, and you can actually save the game while you're fighting the Zeta Metroid. Do you think that save point actually works? Let's try it out. Yes, you can actually continue here in the glitched out zone, and you can even walk out of this room and walk back in and fight that Metroid again right here in the save point room. Pretty crazy. There's a lot of weird stuff you can find in these glitched out areas. So if you want to explore them, feel free. But let's head back to the main run and make our way to Phase 8. So we're just going to make our way to the bottom of this shaft and head over to the right, where we'll find another place where the water has receded, and we can delve deeper into the planet as we make our way to Phase number 8. Phase 8 is similar to Phase 5 and 6 in that there is no equipment for us to find and just Metroids for us to battle. But these aren't going to be easy Metroids. There is one alpha that we'll fight at the very beginning of Phase 8. But after that, the only Metroids that remain in the game will be the difficult kind. So just follow the path along, shoot downwards with your wave beam to take out enemies, and soon make it to the next part of the game. Unlike the other phases of the game, Phase
Ooh, just nasty.
Omegas are a lot like the Zetas we fought in Phase 7, but much bigger and way more dangerous. So whenever you see one of these guys, one of the easiest ways to fight them is to try to get on their meathead and then jump up and shoot it in the back. It'll take a moment for it to turn around and start shooting fireballs at you in the correct direction. Every so often, the Omega will swoop down at you.
Fuck nasty.
Will try to stop up in the air above you, but if you can get up onto a ledge and position yourself in such a way that you can just unload a bunch of missiles into the Omega, that's probably the best way to fight them. You won't be able to damage them by hitting the legs, so you want to try to take aim for the meatier parts of the body. And once you've defeated your first Omega, we're going to head back to the same exact way we went before, but this time we're going to go all the way back down to where we saw that water before. A new path will have opened up for us. To be able to complete this area, we're going to need to be able to defeat 3 more of those Omega Metroids. So you can see why it was important that we came in here with a high amount of health and a whole lot of missiles. So here's where that water was before. Now we can drop down. To be able to complete this area, we're going to need to be able to defeat 3 more of those Omega. So you can see why it was important that we came in here with a high amount of health and a whole lot of missiles. So here's where that water was before. Now we can drop down. That will take us to the B on the map and bring us over to this side. This room has some more of those Mohique enemies. Just carefully make your way.
E for bitch.
Wait through. Use your space jump if you want to. We do have this rule so that if you're space jumping around and you hit an enemy, you're likely to just kill that enemy as you move through. Over here, we're going to need to make our way through some more narrow corridors. This one is going to climb straight up the top. Don't worry too much about those enemies. They can try to bounce across at you, but if you just shoot them from below, they'll hurt you. Those wall-clinging enemies are called glowflies. Notice in this area that they're always only on one side. So if you stay on the left here, you'll be able to avoid them. Then stay on the right, and then stay on the left again. That will bring you to the top of this chamber, where we'll be able to head over to the left, and we'll find a save point. So certainly want to conserve as much health as you can before you get to the save point, because you don't want to save in this area with very low HP. Once you've saved the game, we're going to climb all the way to the top of this shaft. There's no enemies here, so don't worry about it. And just make your way to the top, where we'll be able to exit to the right. You can feel the sense of of isolation down here. Very few things are able to survive this deep into the planet. In here, there's another vertical shaft to climb. This one has an on the right and the left. We're going to take the top left exit first so that we can take out another Omega Metroid before moving forward. This area looks a lot like the Warfare Zone from the original game. Carefully make your way across the top of these bubble platforms and just use your space jump to get across quickly. Equip your missiles and get ready to fight the next Omega. For this one, I like to wake it up and then head over to the right side where we can jump up onto the ledges to get a better position to fight against this Omega Metroid. Anytime you have an opportunity to shoot it in the back, make sure to do that. But when you get down here on this ledge where the door is, oftentimes you can get the Omega to start right in front of Samus, and then you can just take on it with a barrage of missiles. This is one of the easiest ways to fight this
Bitch ass.
If you lose a lot of health when fighting against that Omega, but you did save your game below, you may want to consider reloading your save and trying this fight again until you're able to complete the fight without losing too much health. Just keep in mind that you're going to have to fight 2 more Omegas before we get out of this zone. Head to the right across these bubble platforms, and in the middle of this room, we'll find another area that we can drop down into, and that's the path that we fight. But you need to work this Omega up into this position so that you can get those easy shots on it. If you lose a lot of health when fighting against that Omega, but you did save your game below, you may want to consider reloading your save and trying this fight again until you're able to complete the fight without losing too much health. Just keep in mind that you're going to have to fight 2 more Omegas before we get out of this zone. Head to the right across these bubble platforms, and in the middle of this room, we'll find another area that we can drop down into, and that's the path that leads to Phase 9, the final zone. There's a bunch of acidic water in there, and although we could survive the acidic water and wade through it to the end, we cannot get through to the final zone until we've eliminated all of the other Metroids, because there will be a wall blocking our path at the end. In this vertical shaft, we can use our space jump to get to the top, and up there we'll find a save point, and so that's pretty convenient for before we fight these last 2 Omegas. So use it to save your game. So then we're going to drop all the way down to the bottom,
on, give me some help. Fucking bitch! Give me some goddamn health.
Contains a few motos if you want to kill them for health. You can just make your way through here on the right, and that will take us to the first of the 2 omegas in this area. There's another one if we exit that chamber to the left. So we'll head all the way over to the right first. Whenever we fight this omega, this one is under some water. We want to get up on the right side, and we'll use a similar strategy that we used when we fought the previous omega. By getting up onto this ledge, oftentimes we'll be able to have the omega stop right in front of Samus, who will be...
Oh, Daddy, look at it! Look at it, Daddy, it's so gross! Oh, Daddy!
space jump to avoid the Metroid when it's flying towards you. And whenever it's in a good spot, use a few small jumps or just keep launching missiles, whatever works. Finish this guy off. Oh, in this position, he's even turned around backwards. Alright. We have about 178 HP left, so that should be enough to face one more Omega Metroid.
fucking moon.
Hey, Sky Zone here. Are you ready for a fun? You know, adrenaline pumping, laughter filled. I totally forgot about the fun kind of fun. So gather your crew, because it's time to smoke, dodge, conquer, and fun.
Shut the
So
hell
we'll
up.
head through the left path down here. Cross over a few more of those bubble platforms that look like the North Air Zone. And when we enter the room on the left side, there is going to be an energy charge and a missile battery in there. And there are pretty much no enemies until we get to the very end for us to worry about. So we just need to take out this last Omega, and we are home free to make it to the end. So we'll head through the left path down here, cross over a few more of those bubble platforms that look like...
Daddy.
right in the North Air Zone. And when we enter the room on the left side, you know that it contains the final Omega.
You know what it is.
Is almost the mirror image of the one that we were in before, although there's no water in it this time. So what we'll do is go up onto the ledge on the far left side. That's probably the best vantage point for fighting against this Omega. Now, if the Omega Metroid goes flying into the wall, you won't be able to damage it, so you'll need to lure it out there and try to keep it on the right side. But if you want to stop it, and that's it.
Get your ugly ass out of here.
Another earthquake will be triggered. Yes, the final phase of the game.
Thank God it took a freaking week to play this game. How was he supposed to be here 2 hours ago and he never came over? What a jerk!
And that's it. With the final Omega Metroid defeated, another earthquake will be triggered that will lead us to the final phase of the game. We know where to go from here. We're going to head back to that chamber that contained the water before. And of course, this time we'll find that it's empty and we'll be able to proceed through. So just a lot
fucking bitch, dude.
At the top of this room, you could save the game if you feel so inclined, but there will be another save point that will reach in Phase 9, so it's not terribly important. If you would hope to get some health back, and we should be able to make our way up to the left. This room, you could save the game if you feel so inclined, but
Can I speak?
yes, you can. Reach in Phase 9, so it's not terribly important. Head over here. We're making our way to the middle of this room, and that's where we're going to drop down. As expected, the water has disappeared from this chamber.
It's dissipated.
We'll be able to wrap around to the final phase. This deep into the planet, we're actually at the core.
We are deep
There are no
in.
enemies down here, so we're just going to take this one walk to the end and reflect on our experiences as we make our way
Pretty good
to
game.
the Metroid Queen.
You wish there was a map.
Final battle with the Metroid Queen is going to require a lot of
I had to use a
firepower.
YouTube
So we
tutorial
are
because I had
going
no
to need
idea where to
stop
go.
at the missile battery and the energy charge station before we
Grateful.
go in there. But before we get up to that point, we can cross through some of these harmless pools of water as we make our way zigzagging back and forth across these lower chambers. Over on the left side, there's a few more pools, and we'll just need to jump up to the top. This path here leads to the right. And in this room, if you walk in the watery area, pay attention to the look of the stones. Some of the stones have a dark black outline on top of them. If you walk on those stones, you'll drop through to the area.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Area below, which won't deal you any damage, it's just kind of annoying. You can see some more of those drop-through stones right there in that hole as well, so you can kind of see the difference in what they look like. So try to avoid those stones that drop you down to the lower layers, and just make your way through these chambers.
Making my way downtown, walking fast.
If you're having trouble identifying where you'll fall through the water, you can just use your space jump here to fly across these rooms. Once again, we'll climb up higher and higher, making our way closer and closer to the Queen's chamber. Here is the game's final save point. So take this opportunity to save the game. And up here, there's an intense gravity in that water, so you can use your space jump to get out of it. And then you can make your way over to the far right side. Use your space jump to get as high up on these ledges on the right as you can. And when you find the right wall, that's when you're going to want to use your spider ball. So just use the spider ball and climb up the right wall. You'll go up past a small divot in the ceiling. So just use the spider ball and climb up the right wall. You'll go up past a small divot in the ceiling and continue on to the left. So go across the ceiling to the left, and up here, this is where we're going going to find that energy recharge and the missile battery. So make sure that you go up into this room before you move forward. You will be very happy to have that recharge, and then continue to use your spider ball to go across the ceiling to the left. In here, we'll be able to find the ice beam. If you don't have the ice beam already, make sure to come in here and collect the ice beam. You are going to need it moving forward. So use your spider ball and head up here. In this room, there's a broken Chozo statue. Did the Queen Metroid break it? I don't think the Metroids like the Chozo very much. In this room, there's a broken Chozo statue. Did the Queen Metroid break it? I don't think the Metroids like the Chozo very much. Now that we have the ice beam, we're ready for the final rooms. So use your spider ball one more time when you get to the bottom of this room, and we're going to continue along the ceiling to the left. So this will bring us back into the big main chamber. Just follow the ceiling over to the left, and that's going to take us on the main path that will lead us to the end. You know when the music changes to this theme, that we are very close to the final boss. So far in this game, our Metroid counter has always decreased as we've taken out Metroid, reducing them down to the last one. But the Queen has been laying some eggs, and we can see one right above us. Now, Metroid scanner says there are 9 Metroids we need to defeat, and the new 8 that just appeared are the original style from the first game. To defeat these larval Metroids, we need to first freeze them with the ice beam, and then hit them with 5 missiles. This one's pretty easy to defeat by shooting it downwards with the ice beam, and then hitting underneath it to hit it with the 5 missiles. These Metroids can become unfrozen very quickly if you don't hit them with the missiles fast. So don't give the Metroid a chance to melt. As soon as you freeze one, quickly hit it with 5 missiles. Quickly if you don't hit them with the down. You need to first freeze 8 that just appeared are the original style from the first game. To defeat these larval Metroids, you need to first freeze them with the ice beam, and then hit them with 5 missiles. This one's pretty easy to defeat by shooting it downwards with the ice beam, and then getting underneath it to hit it with the 5 missiles. These Metroids can become unfrozen very quickly if you don't hit them with the missiles fast. So don't give the Metroids a chance to thaw out. As soon as you freeze one, quickly hit it with 5 missiles. If you do get grabbed by a Metroid, you can try warping into a ball and block it and let you go. But the better way is to use your space jump and try to get to a door. When you pass through a door, the Metroid will let you go, and while you're space jumping, the screw attack will actually prevent the Metroid from giving you any damage. So as long as you keep the screw attack going, you can get to the door and the Metroid.
Son of a fucking bitch.
Make sure that you hit that.
Bring your ugly ass over here. Fucking bitch. It's slimy. It's ugly. It's a Metroid. It's a big beaut.
Back through and kill all of the Metroids before you move forward. There's one that you'll take out as soon as you enter this room. The second one in this room can be tricky to deal with. As soon as you see it, try to get underneath it to get the free shot in and then hit it with the missiles. But if you do get caught by that Metroid, just space jump over to the door on the left side and then head back in to finish off that Metroid before proceeding. This one's pretty easy to catch on the bottom of that ledge so that you can shoot it downwards with your ice beam. And if you get grabbed by this Metroid, you're right near the door already, so you can just head through and then quickly hit it with your ice beam when you head back through to the left. If you've cleared all of the Metroids, the path to the Queen will be open. So just space jump past these spikes and drop down on the right side. As soon as you get into the room with the Queen, get up on... this left ledge and hit her with as many missiles as you can. If you're matching the button, you will still get credit for all of those hits. She does not have invincibility frames. Then you just want to stay down here in the lower right corner. When she extends her head down here, you can have those missiles right on her. If you're feeling ambitious, you can actually roll into the mouth, roll down into the quick. As soon as you get into the room with the Queen, get up on this left ledge and hit her with as many missiles as you can. If you're mashing the button, you will still get credit for all of those hits. She does not have invincibility frames. Then you just want to stay down here in the lower right corner. When she extends her head down here, you can unload some missiles right into her mouth. And if you're feeling ambitious, you can actually roll into the mouth, roll down into the Queen's stomach, and launch some bombs, which do a good bit of damage. It's much safer to just fight her with missiles, but if you're getting low on missiles, then you can use the bomb technique to deal some more.
Daddy! Yo, it reminds me of Akira. It looks just like Akira.
More damage. Anytime she shoots these red balls at you, you can use the screw attack to remove them. And if you just stay down here in the lower right corner, point your missiles right into the Queen's mouth, it won't be long until she...
trying to do the screw attack. Doesn't seem to be working. Turn the fuck around. Daddy! Turn the fudge around! There we go, baby. There we go, baby. Your mama. 0. 0, baby. Woohoo! I honestly thought I was never gonna. Oh, it's a baby Metroid.
Baby Metroid, love me so much.
Let me kill it. Look at it. It's a baby. It thinks I'm its mother. Make sure there's like no secrets I'm missing.
She fades out of existence, and we're able to make our way to the end of the game. The Metroid counter says 0, but as we head over here to the left, a baby is hatched. This baby Metroid will actually help us escape this area. Now, there are different endings in this game based on how much time it takes you to finish the game. And right now, the clock is still running. You need to finish the game in under 3 hours to get the so-called best ending, or at least the ending that you get for finishing the game the fastest. You'll get another ending if you finish between 3 and 5 hours, and the slowest ending
My time was 2 years. Your time! 652 days! Finally! Jesus! I feel like that was the hardest Metroid just because I didn't know where anything was.
Samus's ship, and we'll be
It was a fun game though.
Doesn't look a whole lot different than it does
10 hours and 25 seconds. Or 25 minutes. Pathetic!
running. And if you took more than 5 hours to finish Metroid 2, then Samus may continue running forever. Yeah, that's the curse that she's going to have to deal with because you took so long to finish the game. Or maybe you just liked exploring it, I don't know. Let's take a look at the middle ending. This is the one that you would get for finishing between 3 and 5 hours. So whenever the end comes up, Samus does a pose in her armor. But of course the ending that everybody gets the most excited about is the one that you get for finishing in under 3 hours. And this is the
Mine
one
just
where
stood there.
Samus removes the armor and reveals what she looks like underneath. And of course she's wearing a camisole and some underwear.
Bro,
And she
she's
lets
in her
hair down.
underwear.
So I do like that they ended it with the hair blowing in the breeze. Well, I hope this video was able to help you find.
I thank you. I shall give you a thumbs up on the video. You've helped me quite a bit, darling. I couldn't get through. Yes, yes. Without your guidance, I don't believe I'd be able to do it.
Because there will always be more alien monsters that we need to exterminate.
Bro, why is she in her
And that's
underwear?
why we'll be back again next week with another video.
God bless you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You're a lifesaver. I've been stuck for days. I've been stuck for days. Praise the Lord. You guys are still here. I'm sorry. I couldn't see the chat because I had to watch that video. My bad. You said, praise the Lord, baby. 5 shot. Take a shot. Take a shot? Critty don't drink. Critty don't drink. Just Dance time? Girl, you tripping. Just Dance Dell, that's you, my guy. You're the Just Dance. I need me a Baja Blast. That's what I'm gonna go take a shot of. I think I deserve it. Hi, Jenny. I'm so happy I beat this game, y'all. Aw, thank you, Del, for the bits and its. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Y'all are so kind. Y'all still in here. This thing has infinite health. What the heck? I know, right? Oh, thank you, Jenny, for the its and bits. Y'all are so sweet. I'm sorry I was ignoring you guys. I couldn't click off the video. I got Just Dance 2018. I sure do. I sure do. I'm so happy that we finished this game. All right, I need to go get some. No, I didn't fix it. I didn't fix it. I didn't fix it. I didn't know how. I should try it again. But I want to beat the rest of my Nicktoons game before. I want to beat the rest of my probably got like 30 minutes left of the Nicktoon games, and then that game will be done too. And then I can pick 3 more games. I'm so happy. Bro, I was watching his video. If you complete the game like under an hour and 30 minutes, which I was nowhere close, as you can see, she takes her clothes off. It's a special ending. She takes her clothes off and she's in nothing but her underwear. What the hell? I couldn't believe it. Alright, I'm gonna go get me some food. I need me some food because my friend didn't come over for some reason. Freaking jerk. This is me trying to make friends. I don't even know this guy that well. I'm just trying to make friends. And he doesn't come over! He's probably like, why do I want to go play Mario Party with this guy? What a loser! Alright, I'll be back, you guys. I'll be back in a little bit. I want to finish my Nicktoons, and then maybe I'll try fixing this. I don't know. Probably not. Probably not.